So in keeping in the spirit of different vlogs that I have watched on, when the Diamond Princess was quarantined, it was fascinating to hear a voice from within the Diamond Princess and hear their thoughts and their own experiences. We aren't quarantined yet here in the US. I think in Washington State, they're experiencing an official quarantine. I have a friend who lives out there, and her daughter was actually living in Kirkland, but she moved home to get away from, I guess, because they were closing down the workplaces, so she ended up moving back home, and it's like across the Sound or the Puget or something. I forget how it's pronounced, but anyway, I don't know exactly if they're officially quarantined or not, but here, we're in Maryland, and here in Maryland, it is pretty much everything's been canceled. School's been canceled. Our library just closed yesterday for the next few weeks. All events at the library are closed until, I think, May. My son, we just signed him up for baseball, and that's been temporarily canceled. They are hoping to resume at the end of March, but I don't think that's going to happen. Um, trying to think, just pretty much every event. There was a major science festival in DC that was canceled. A homeschool fair. We are homeschoolers, so having our children home is not that unusual for us. It's something that we're used to, and we're still going to be schooling these next 2 weeks while the rest of the Maryland schools are closed. To our children's utter disappointment, we are still going to be doing school. But we're trying our best to do as much social distancing as possible, but our children, their birthdays are in March and April, and because we're military, every 3 years we're moving, so we're usually either celebrating in an empty house or in a hotel room. So this was last year, we were celebrating in an empty house and while in a hotel room, because they're 2 weeks apart, so I really wanted our kids to be able to celebrate. So we still had a small group of friends over, and to prepare for it, I bought I have Lysol wipes, I have hand sanitizer, and I have microban spray. I discovered it late at night watching the news. I saw an advertisement for it, and I guess microban is like Lysol, but it keeps working for 24 hours if you spray it and let it sit. So I sprayed every surface, every light switch, like every door jamb that kids might touch. The doors, sometimes they don't close it using the doorknob, they'll push the door closed. So I sprayed every surface I could possibly think of with the microban. And then my husband bought soda for the birthday party. And so because the bottles are made of plastic, the virus can live for 2 to 3 days on plastic. So I washed all the soda bottles with soap and water for 20 seconds each. We'd had plasticware already, so we didn't have to wash that. The paper plates, I think we'd already had for a bit. I think we did buy some new, but they were sealed in the package. So we did buy pizza. So, a little bit of risk having, who knows how strictly they're following hygiene protocol at pizza places. But for the most part, we did everything we could to maintain sanitary conditions. And then we did an escape room theme in our home. It was amazing. I found it on Etsy. I'll post the link below the video for your reference if you want to check out the escape room theme. It was amazing. But anyway, so we're trying to do life as close to normal, but everything's canceled, and we're just kind of we're getting down to the stereotypical homeschool environment that I think most people think of. They think, oh, people are just in their home, they don't see anybody, don't do anything. That's more what we're going to be getting down to with this social distancing. But that's my husband in the background. But normally, we're going out and doing things and hanging out with people on a regular basis. So aside from the birthdays, we're getting down to pretty good social isolation, social distancing for the next couple weeks for safety. We Hail from Crofton, Maryland. We'll update you if you're interested. I have no idea if anybody will be interested, but I figured it'd be fun for anybody from another country who's interested in what's going on here in the US. I'll be sharing videos as we go. Bye.